What's up, guys? Another video from us at All Games Mindset, where we talk about diet, fitness, dating, health, mindset. We're going to go over analyzing the consequences of your actions. Let's go! So the big problem with the society today is that we live in an emotional era. We live in a religion of emotionalism. Most people do not think about the consequences of their actions, and most people act out of emotion when they get rid of their logical instinct, as we seem to have in this modern world. It's all about the feels before the reals. So what you have to do is when you make a decision, you have to remember that there are consequences to everything that you do. It will affect the people around you, and it will affect your environment, your family, your friends, depending on what the context of the situation is. This is a reminder. You have to think logically about every situation and all things that you do. Like if you're in the street or something and someone starts something with you, you need to be able to take the logical, appropriate steps, because if you make a wrong move and you become emotional when you should be logical, it could potentially end your life in certain situations. You have to analyze and think more logically in certain situations. But because we are in a world of emotionalism, and everyone wants to rise up and get angry about every single thing, and we seem to be too passionate about some things, and it leads us to dark paths, and it leads us to bad decisions that could alter our life in a very negative way. So be careful of what actions that you take in today's world, and be careful who you mess with and who you try to fight against psychologically or physically, because it could end up really damaging your future.
Yeah, so when you do anything, regardless of whatever it is, picking up something, lifting something up, there is a consequence to the actions that you make. These are just small, minuscule things, but in life, no matter what you do, there will be a consequence to every action, and there could be a good consequence or there could be a bad consequence, but it's up to you to figure out what weighs more and what will happen and what you have to do if one of these things happens. So if I went up, let's say I see a girl trying to cross the street on a busy street, my consequence of, stopping her from crossing a busy street, a bad consequence is me getting hit, right? Or her getting hit. A good consequence is saving her life and, saving one soul, It's a matter of, should you do it, should you not do it? What happens if you do it and something goes wrong? What happens when you do it, but you have to understand what can go wrong and what can go right. And if the wrong weighs more, and you know that that's more likely, then this is probably not something you should do, unless if it's something where it is like a business venture that you're trying to, let's say, you're trying to take a risk. If you're trying to take a risk in like a business standpoint, then that's a little different, but you still need to understand where things can go wrong and what you can do to prevent those types of things in the business type of aspect. In life, in regular life, you need to understand both sides and what you can do, good and bad, and make sure you stay away from all the bad consequences, because those can ruin almost your entire life.
We need to learn to think before we speak and think before we act on certain things. So be mindful of your actions and make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, wherever the context may be. So with that said, if you guys like this kind of content, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below if you have any further thoughts and interesting things you'd like to say. And with that said, we will see you guys in the next video.
With you.